So, thank you so much for joining, Amit, and good evening. First of all, tell me, how are you doing?
Good evening. And yeah, since today is Sunday, so I was giving rest to my body and I was waiting for this moment also. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to have conversation with you. And yeah, so that's about today.
It's my
How
pleasure to
about you?
have you here. Likewise, I would say that as it's Sunday today, so I read a few pages of a book in the morning. Then I had a session
Hmm.
around 2 p.m. with Heather, sir,
Okay,
and then I was waiting for this session. Before that, I was taking rest properly. Around 4, I took rest. So I was not
great.
feeling that much energetic. Then I had to drink a little, hot water. And then now I'm feeling fresh and I'm excited and delighted to have you here. As I have seen a lot of your videos with other creators and
Oh
particularly with
wow.
English Share tutors. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of having a session with you for so long. So finally we are
Really?
today. Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
Uh,
I was not aware. I
I
mean,
watched a lot of your videos with English Share tutors. Yeah.
oh wow, thank you so much for that. I never imagined, I mean, being such a big YouTuber, I know I never thought that you might be watching my videos.
It's
It's
not
really
about being a big YouTuber or small YouTuber. It's about like if a person is there to learn, he or she would watch videos which are
true.
really valuable. So when you connect to the tutors, they are valuable sessions and you get feedback. Even you are also doing great. The way you interact with them, I liked very much. So when you get both the people are really well versed and are able to communicate better, they are there to impart a little knowledge to others. And simultaneously, I observe tutors too, so that is why. So it's not about like I'm a big YouTuber, still I watch. It's not about that. It's like learning, you can learn
Mm,
from anyone. So yeah.
true.
Okay.
That's true. That's completely true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, first of all, as here on my YouTube channel, Try to Thrive, I first welcome you and I want you to give your
Mhm.
introduction so people can know more about you.
Yes, for sure. So, my name is Amit Singh. I'm a seasoned entrepreneur in healthcare industry. I'm a founder of Sunrise Home Healthcare, and we are specialized in providing high quality patient care service across Mumbai. And I hold a degree in BSc IT. Originally, I am from Uttar Pradesh, but it's been 25 years now living in Mumbai. So I proudly call myself Mumbaiker. And these days, I'm honing my communication skills to become more confident and articulate speaker.
Mhm.
Also, I possess a deep passion towards self growth and continuous learning. So yeah, that's pretty much about myself.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. And you are quite clear and very particular about what you actually want to do and want to focus on. I really appreciate that. Okay, as you are also in this category now where we are working on self improvement, growth, and communication. So I am damn sure that you also some point of time had hesitation or maybe fear of this language or maybe talking to people who you think are superior than you. So first tell me, did you have the kind of hesitation or fear? And if yes, then how did you overcome it?
So hesitation is something like I feel every day. When I started, I'll tell you when I started, it was very difficult for me. I always had to have this thought in my mind what the person is going to think of me, whether I'll be able to speak properly or not. So those kind of thought used to come in my mind. And still, as you said, whenever I get the chance to speak with my superiors, still I feel hesitation. This
Mhm.
question keeps coming to my mind. But sooner or later, I've realized that hesitation is a myth. It's okay if you make mistakes, no problem. The more mistakes you will make, the more confident you will become. And there will be a point where hesitation will lift from you, you'll not feel no longer hesitated while talking to people. So I
Hmm.
feel like make as many mistakes you can do. That way you can overcome with your hesitation.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
And I feel that hesitation and fear are inevitable. They would remain
Mhm.
there in you. It's up to you that how you manage when it is required to manage. At times, I know that I have a lot of fear or I am hesitant within, but I don't show. I'm able to hide that. I'm able to manage, I would say. Um,
Right.
Even like outside, if I meet people, many people say that you speak very good English, and in front of you, we are hesitant. But I know within, I
Right.
am also hesitant. I also have fear because being an introvert, since
Mm.
childhood, I was an introvert kind of kid. Now, after talking to many people, I would say I have become a little extrovert. Not extrovert, like ambivert, I can call.
Mhm.
But because of this constant practice I have, this elevated my confidence and I'm able to manage. And now, just not because of practice, one is practice, another is my constant mindset and self talk has helped me a lot. Like, I got to know that many people are struggling with this, and everybody thinks in the same way that people are
Mm.
gonna judge us, people are gonna judge us.
Yeah.
So, day before yesterday, I went out to record a video with public. And if you
Hmm.
ask the same Rajni do the same thing a year ago, I wasn't able to. But day before yesterday, I went there. Even my brother went with me, and he was holding the camera. He was nervous.
Okay.
He just had to record only, but he was nervous that how would you
Right.
go, how would you ask, how would you speak, and
Right.
should we start from here itself? Like we entered a park, and I like, why are you hesitating? I have to talk to them. So, and
Right.
then the entire park we roamed and talked to people. We approached people. Even people were
Wow.
feeling that hesitation and they had the fear, so they were running away from us. A few didn't
Right.
even came, like, so it happened. And I said, like, I was the same person a year ago. If even a year ago, so I was able to speak, still I was not able to face people in person. So I think this constant self talk has helped me. And once you go out and start doing, you will realize, like, everybody is going through the same. You have already
True.
accomplished. Yeah. So I think
Right.
constant practice can help somebody, manage the hesitation and fear.
True, true. And I feel like, this is the last stage of hesitation. If you are confident enough to move out from your house and try to have conversation with the random people on random topics, if you're able to do that, that means you have reached at that level where you will be unstoppable. That
Hmm.
is the, and this is the thing which I want to do in upcoming days. I feel like if I'm able to do that, that means, I can have conversation with anyone. That's the thing. You
Absolutely.
need a lot of courage to do such kind of thing, like talk to random people on random topic. So this is
Mm.
something
I
daring,
had
I would
been
say.
thinking a lot, like for so long, that I
Yeah.
I want to do this, I want to do this. Then one day my brother was saying that let's do it, let's see. And the thing is that I was happy after doing it because I was not expecting even a single person would interact or talk. But the starting was great. Initially, one person we approached and the person participated. We had a conversation, a little conversation. I had a clear mindset that I would not create a kind of fear in people. I would ask one question only: what kind of relation you have with English? Are you scared of it or do you love it? Simple, I would say, scared or love, so they can
Mhm.
answer at least. So I was already making it
Right.
easy for others too, but they thought that maybe I'd
Hmm.
ask some heavy questions in certain things, because I was talking to them in English. But I thought, I knew that now, because I have understood now people, that everybody is scared of it. So let's not make it difficult.
Right.
Let's make it super easy so people can talk. So then one person talked
Exactly.
to us, and I met two people who talked in English, and I'm glad that we
Hmm.
found. Then two who I asked in English, but they started speaking in Hindi. They were not comfortable. So overall, it was great. I was feeling super confident. Even the, outro video where I was concluding the experience, that also I sat there itself in the park and I recorded. So I think
Okay.
it is ultimate achievement, and I also wanted to do it for so long. And this year, I
Mhm.
before 2025 ends, I thought let's do it. So something I have done,
Mhm.
like in this year, I can say now I did two things. I tried two things. One is like doing podcast, and another is
Right.
trying to speaking public in person. So I have
Right.
accomplished. Yeah.
Yes, of course. And this is also mine. Also, it's going to be 2026 resolution where I'll talk to random people where
Mm-hmm.
on topics like this. Yeah.
Yeah, but we
But
people who are genuinely, trying to incorporate these things are really far from each other. Good thing is that because of
yeah,
social media, we are able to connect. But I hope that in my city, I would be able to create something where people can participate in person and can talk. Let's see if
right,
any other practice or any other thing I can bring for them. Okay, moving forward.
right. And
Uh-huh.
of course,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
no,
nothing.
I would
Actually,
just ask a
I was.
question. So if you have in your
Uh,
mind, you can add and ask me too. Yeah.
I just wanted to add the place. I mean, I had this mind, I'll go on in malls because in mall, what happens, you'll find a lot of people who will be able to communicate in English. So it will be easy for you also. But you
Hmm.
mentioned like you went to park, right? If I didn't misunderstood,
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
So in park, there are very less chances that you'll find people who can speak English. So I
Hmm.
have some particular areas in mind when I'll start, I'll go there and try to have communication.
And
Yeah.
I think you would find more people based on area. Like I am from Rajasthan, there people have their own
Oh
bolies,
yeah.
own, they speak in Hindi, prefer speaking in Hindi, Punjabi, Marwari, Bagri.
Mhm.
That's the, priority for them. But at
True.
your place, you would get more people who would be interested and would be talking to you in English. So that's a great point. Just
Right.
go out and try it. You can
Actually,
leverage.
yeah. There is this iconic place very close to my place. Like if you have heard about Gateway of India and Marine Drive. So here, a lot of foreigners also visit, and the people who comes there, I mean, they are highly educated, I can say. So it
Hmm.
will be easy for me. Yeah.
Yeah, so 1.5 year back ago, I was in Jaipur. Jaipur, we also have a lot of different, famous places,
Tourist.
popular places, and so many foreigners come there, many people go there, and even a national park also there. So many people come and speak even English. But
Mhm.
as I mentioned that if you ask Rajni like a year ago, do the same thing, I wasn't able to. And I had the experience of this thing, like when I started in 2022, after maybe
Mhm.
end of 22 or maybe 23, in 23, I tried to talking different foreigners there at those famous
Mhm.
places. But I visited a few places because just to talk to them, but I wasn't able to strike up the conversation and say even hi, hello to those people. I used to go sit there, observe, and come back. This happened with me.
Right.
So, and people are like very much impatient. They want to conquer everything at once. And they are like, if in 2 or 3 months I'm not able to see result, let me give up. And they give
Yeah.
up. No, it's actually a long journey. You have to stay there. You have to try again and again. So back then, I wasn't able to. At the same time, I was demotivated to like, oh my god, I'm still not able to do it. I am able to speak English. Then what is there? What is in me? So I was maybe still doubtful and lack of self-confidence that was there. So I think after 1 or 2 years, I have now accomplished it. So it takes a lot of time,
Right.
but I'm proud of
Right.
myself
That's
that I was there. I was patient. I was consistent, and finally accomplished.
right, right, exactly. For me, when I started my English journey, like earlier, it's been 3 to 4 years now when I started, but I was
Mm-hmm.
not actively practicing it. I got satisfied actually with my survival skill whenever someone was asking me about any topic. So I used to answer them in one word or one sentence. But
Mm-hmm.
lately, I've realized that I need to be a master communicator where I can explain things properly,
Mm,
at least in 5 to 6 pointers. So
mm,
I took this journey as a challenge. Like, first I decided that I'll take as a 30-day challenge. First day, I was very nervous. And after 1 week, I gained little confidence. After 30 days,
mm,
more confidence was there in me. So I realized in 30 days, if I have learned this much, let's see what happens if I speak continuously for 365 days. What things I can conquer in English, what level I can reach. So yeah,
mm.
that was my mentality. I took it as a challenge, and it's going good as so far.
You would grow exponentially, I'm damn sure, because a person who is patient, practicing, and consistent can achieve
Right.
anything. And I have become like everything now is because of this, because of my consistency and patience and continuous practice, I think has helped me to achieve this. Everything, whether it is YouTube or working at home. So yeah.
Mhm.
um Moving forward, I want to know that as
Yeah.
you are working on your communication, so how do you learn words and remember them and then are able to incorporate
Mhm.
while speaking?
Right. So it's been just 3 to 4 months. I've restarted again learning English. So earlier the goal was to maintain the fluency. So
Mm,
in 1 or 2 months, I did that. I practiced every day on different applications, try to connect different type of personalities every day. These days, the tutor, as from English Shari, there was one tutor. She told me that now you have reached that level, you have to work on your vocabularies so you can
mm,
enhance more on your communication skills. So yeah, these days I'm learning vocabularies. For vocabularies, what I'm doing is whatever I'm learning from anywhere, I note it down. I have this vocabulary book, and when I communicate with people on audio calls, I open that book and try to, go through those vocabularies and try to implement as well. So
mm.
yeah, I'm learning vocabularies like this.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
And everyone learns like the same way, I would
yeah.
say. And do you feel overwhelmed at times, like you feel that, oh my god, I have a lot to work, I have a lot to learn? And sometimes, when you remember all, like you when you learn all the words, you know all the words, but at times you're not able to recall. So do you feel frustrated then or overwhelmed?
Actually, that happens most of the time, I would say. Every day I am learning 10 new vocabularies. I'm practicing with myself, standing in front of mirror. But
Mm.
still, when it comes to real conversation, I'm hardly able to use any of them.
Mm.
So, and sometimes, when I try to implement those things, I totally lost the conversation. I zone out. If you're asking me any question and I'm thinking that, oh, now I have to use this vocabulary. So it's like I'm zoning out from the actual conversation.
Happens
So it is
because
a problem.
the same thing happens when people do the translation thing. Like, they go into
Yeah,
their brain, start thinking of the word, which word they have to use. Then
right.
I also face that, like, diverted entirely from
Hmm.
the topic. And even at times, they themselves forget that what they were speaking about. And it used to
Right.
happen with me too. And people
Hmm.
who do the translation, like thinking in Hindi, translating, then translating in English, so they also experience this kind of thing, that their fluency get hindered and then they are not able to present well. What is your opinion
Right.
on this, or have you experienced anything related to translating from any other language, from maybe your mother tongue or Hindi?
Yeah. So earlier it was the problem, but these days I'm living English. Whatever I do, I try to do it in English. Like, for example, if I'm watching movies, web series, anything, everything will be in English. If I'm trying to do anything, I just try to narrate those things, everything in English. So
Hmm.
earlier it was a problem. And when I started expanding my horizon, try to learn new vocabularies. So I am using very less fillers. I don't have to think twice. Okay, what is the meaning of this in English? So
Hmm.
still there is a problem. I have not conquered yet completely, but still a little bit there is a problem. And this
Hmm.
happens the more practice you do, you will stop translating in your native language. Then you can directly, communicate with English.
Hmm. Practice and
Yeah.
practice thinking in English. So
Yes.
once a
Yes.
person, as you mentioned, that you now started living the language, like you love the language now,
Right.
right? So when you love the
Yeah.
language, you are already like watching movies or listening to people, web series. So you are not pressurizing your brain to think, like, translate into, but naturally you are picking the words, sentence structure, expressions from there, and then you start thinking in English. And once you start thinking in English, it becomes way more easier for people to speak in English directly without translating. So I always promote that they should focus on thinking in English simultaneously. And thinking in English is not like you put with sit with yourself, give task to yourself. It will become monotonous and difficult practice for you again, as speaking is already a difficult one for people. So we should not make every practice really tough for us. Then our brain starts,
Yeah.
making
Yeah.
excuses. So I think they should
Exactly.
make it easier. Like when they love the language, they live in it and they start
Right.
automatically thinking in it.
And speaking of living the language, there was one incident I want to share. I felt very proud of myself. It's like 1 or 2 weeks back. I found
Mm-hmm.
myself like it was a lucid dream,
Mm-hmm.
where in lucid dream where you'll remember little bit of your dream. So I found myself speaking in English in my dreams. So it felt like I'm practicing so much that even in my dreams also I'm finding myself I'm speaking in English. So that
Mm-hmm.
was something proud moment for me, I guess.
I resonate with it. It used to happen with
Yeah.
me. Now I am not that much into, like, I still love, I still watch. But not like
Mhm.
when you do binge watching, you would not skip.
Yes,
Like it's impossible to even, refrain from getting those things in dreams. So
actually.
I as now I have started, like I already teach people. I have to take a lot of sessions in a day and then reading. So I
Hmm.
don't get that in dreams. But when I was just as a learner, I was learning the language, I used to binge watch web series in English.
Correct.
So that time I
Hmm.
used to speak in English in my dreams too. So I can totally
Yeah,
resonate
actually, yeah.
with it. Hmm.
Right, and you said it right. This is like when you start speaking, when you're new to this, when you're making a habit,
Hmm.
and when once you make the habit, then it will be normal for you. Like, but for the people who are practicing hard as a beginner, they might, see such kind of incidents.
And I have observed so far, based on my observation, in the first
Hmm.
3 months, people are already overwhelmed, impatient, and are
Yes.
confused, skeptical from what to do, what not to do, what is right, what is wrong, what method this person tried, what, like, what method Rajni tried, what Amit tried, what Ram tried,
Hmm.
what this that. They start, incorporating everything, learning a lot of words, doing a lot of things. Beginners make their own journey really difficult because they want
Right.
to achieve the same result, like they want to be like me or be like you in just 3 months, okay? And when you are making
Right.
this journey difficult for you, in that journey you don't get the, I would say, that much great results that you desire for, and hence people give up there itself. I have observed that. Because
Hmm.
your real journey starts after 6 months, because in the
Right.
beginning you are just making the habit, you are becoming familiar of a lot of things, and after 6 months you would also maybe have observed or realized that in first
Right.
6 months you would even just experimenting all the methods what can work for you, and then you realize, okay,
Right.
this thing has given me the result. For example, I was doing shadowing
Actually.
for 1 month continuously. In the beginning, a few days I wasn't getting any result. I was like, why am I doing this? There is no meaning of doing it.
Mhm.
But after doing 1 month through 2 months, I found that, oh wow, there is an impact of shadowing. I started pronouncing certain
Right.
words correctly. So it,
Hmm.
and then you are trying, testing all the methods what works for you. In that period itself people give up. So I think that's sad part of it, but they should give proper time to themselves to, love the language.
True, true. And you know why this happens, why beginner get overwhelmed and disappointed by themselves? It's like English is something which you cannot measure in numbers. Like, for example, if you're going gym, right? So if you go gym for 3 months and if your goal was to lose weight, you can definitely some result. Like if you are at
Mm.
80 kgs, now you're at 70, or like you have lose at least 2 kgs only, but there will be some numbers. You'll
Mm.
get motivated after seeing the numbers. But it's not with the English. You cannot measure it with numbers. You can definitely see in confidence, like how much confident you have achieved in those months.
Mm.
That's why, so people who are watching this video, I would say just be patient, and one day, without even noticing, you will become flawless while speaking.
Absolutely. If Rajni can do, anyone can, I feel that, because I started in 2022 from scratch, from zero itself.
Mhm.
So if I can do, I feel anyone can. At times, I also felt that after doing a lot of practice, still I'm not able to communicate with people, then there is no meaning of mastering it. But ultimately, I have achieved
Right.
now. Now, when I go out, even the person who is higher, like superior than I, or an ordinary person or anyone, I am just hunting that outside. Like I want somebody. I roamed around there, like, and one person who is quite famous here, I don't know, but he said that as he's working in he's working already. So I thought that I shared that nobody knows here in the city about my channel, because in person I didn't do anything and I didn't meet many people here. So I asked, I just to take permission, that can I upload this on YouTube? He's like, no, please don't do that. I said,
Uh,
why? And he said, in my office I speak English, but don't do that. So I said, no, nobody knows me here. And he's like, people know me a lot. They would definitely recognize me. So I feel that
okay.
I am in the hunt of now that I can find people. So I think at one point of time you are scared of that nobody should come to me and talk to me in English. And the other point of time you are like, I am ready now. Now I would go and talk to people. So it changes over time. You are able to transform entirely. So I feel if I can do, anyone can.
Of course, ma'am. As you said, and recently I was came across with one video on YouTube. This
Mm-hmm.
guy, he says like he's the driver and he's not that much qualified. Like he was, I guess, fifth or sixth standard pass.
Mm.
So I mean, after listening to him, I feel like anyone can learn English. It's not a rocket science, or you don't need a high degree to learn English. And
Mm.
if that guy can do it, every can do it.
Yeah, that's true. And I was also
Yeah.
saying my brother that when I was in Delhi or Jaipur, I found people who are auto drivers and people who are working
Yeah.
in, Zomato, and like they were also speaking English. But that time I was not good at, and I could have tried
Mhm.
visiting a lot of different centers. We are going and talking to people, but I didn't have the confidence. But now I have built. Okay, moving forward, I want to know, like, what
Sure.
practices have you tried to improve your English, and which
Mhm.
one actually worked for you, if you can share, that you still follow and
Uh,
you like to follow for a long period of time.
mhm. So there are actually a lot of things which I practiced or tried. I would say reading was one of them, but it feels like it's not my area of interest.
Hmm.
Uh, and then I tried the speaking and listening. So I guess listening and speaking, I'm very much comfortable,
Hmm.
and I don't think any other method has helped me even after
Okay.
trying it. Yeah,
So have you
yeah. So
tried
I find
shadowing?
speaking is the best. Not really. I might have tried once or twice, but
Hmm.
not really. I haven't tried shadowing yet.
Hmm. Okay. So what kind of books did you read so far? Like, have you read so far?
Yeah, actually, I have 10 to 12 books with me.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are self-help book, but after reading self-help book, I realized the contexts are very hard to understand. Then I switch it to fictional books.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching one of the video in that the person says Sudha Murthy's book is very easy to understand. Even I
Hmm.
purchased that book, but unfortunately, after reading 5, 6 pages, I end up quitting that book as well.
Hmm.
Uh, I have two books which I read now and then. That is based on my business, like 100
Hmm.
million leads and 100 million offers. So that sometimes help my business, how I can create an ad copy, how I can create an offer. So yeah,
Hmm.
that book sometime I read. But for learning English, I haven't tried. I mean, I cannot stick to reading for a very long time.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
It was quite difficult for me to. Before 2022, I would say I was not a big fan of reading. I
Yeah.
started reading the Hindu newspaper during my banking preparation, but then
Mhm.
and gradually I loved reading. So I can now. read for whenever I am interested. Whenever I'm in the mood of reading, I can read. And I have read so far a lot of non-fiction. I would go with fiction. Let's see when. In this year, I wanted to do that too, like reading fiction, but I haven't done so far. Small stories of written by Sudha Murthy ma'am, I have tried, I have read, and I
Yeah.
like them very much. But now,
Okay. Okay.
let's see when I will be able to read. But I would definitely try that. So, before
Right.
we wind up, do you have any
Yeah.
question for me that you would like to ask?
I had the question that's very similar to the questions which you asked, about vocabularies and all, but you have already asked, so there is nothing
Okay.
much to
Okay, no
ask now.
problem.
Yeah, yeah. It was the same. Yeah.
Okay. So have you tried that tongue twister too ever? Like, have
Uh,
anyone suggested you?
no, I've seen the videos, but I feel like tongue twister is basically when you are finding difficulties while pronouncing, right?
Hmm.
When your pronunciation is not good, that time you can travel. So I never faced any problem with pronunciation
Hmm. Okay.
because, yeah, I was privileged to study in an English medium school. So I feel like that's why there was no problem with pronunciation.
Hmm. You had the
I have never
privilege
tried that.
already of having the English medium environment.
Right, right. I'm grateful for my parents. They decided it was
Hmm.
kind of luxury at that time. Putting their kids in an English medium school was a luxury for them. So yeah, I am
Hmm.
grateful for my parents that they put me in an English medium school.
So it means at that time you were not speaking in English, I feel, but you were very good at
Actually,
writing at least.
I was able to read, write, and understand. But the
Hmm.
problem is like my school was, like many other schools where teachers, students, no one was talking in English.
Hmm.
And even I also never realized that English is going to be so much valuable in future. This
Hmm.
is, I decided, I was actually pushed to learn English. I was forced to learn English. When I joined my first company, I realized that everyone except me was speaking good English. My boss, my colleagues. And I
Hmm.
used to avoid their conversation. Whenever someone was asking me any question, I was like, okay, I have this work. I'll be right back. By saying that, I used to
Hmm.
avoid. But I realized that if I want to work in this company, I need to overcome. I need to
Hmm.
learn English as soon as possible. So it was kind of a forcing thing for me.
For everyone, initially, I think. For
Yeah.
me too, like I was feeling that what to do if I am not good at it. But good part is that I, I'm in love with the
Right.
language, and that's what I like the most.
True.
Even the work I do, like YouTube, also I like at the same time teaching people when they improve, they
Mhm.
grow, they are able to see an improvement, they are able
True.
to speak. I love doing that. So I think both the things now are great because of this language. Okay.
Right. And
Uh,
the moment when you realize,
hmm.
sorry, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
I was saying, and the moment when you realize how important English is and how much value you can get from it. For example, earlier I used to think like, okay, that's fine, I am very much comfortable in my native language. I don't need to learn English.
Hmm.
But when I realized this, I learned English, automatically started getting a lot of attentions, and then more respect. Plus, running this business,
Hmm.
English was the primary thing which helped me a lot. And
Absolutely.
yeah, you get a lot of respect and attention once you start speaking good English. And you will
That's
never
true.
stop then. Once you understand the value of English, you will never stop. You will
Hmm.
keep improving day by day. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Because of English, did you face any kind of embarrassing moment where you started speaking, or maybe people laughed or
Yeah.
mocked you? Hmm.
Actually, right.
Oh.
In my, as I said, not in my school days because no one was speaking in English, so it was very comfortable
Hmm.
in my school days. But when I started my first company, there was this uh, female colleague of mine.
Hmm.
And outside, it was drizzling. So she said, "Oh wow, the weather is good. It's drizzling outside." So I was like, "What drizzling? It's raining outside." And people started laughing at me. I said, "What did I say wrong?" I said, "It's raining outside." But there
Hmm.
is actual a word for it, right? It's called drizzling.
Mm.
when it is raining very softly or something like that. So yeah, and in my office, most of the time I got criticized, and there is a
Mm.
very long story. If we have time, I can share it.
We have 4 minutes. If you can, in nutshell.
Okay, 4 minutes I can.
Mm.
I guess I can. Yeah, yeah. I'll make it short. So when I started working in my first company, I was very poor in communication in English, but my job
Mm.
was to communicate with my clients. I was working in a sales field. So one day my manager came because I guess he was hearing my calls. He came and he said that, Amit, if this is the situation, you'll not be able to survive in this company because we heard your call and it's not up to the mark. You need to improve. So that moment, a lot of thoughts were going into my mind. I had to support my family members
Mm.
financially, and my eyes were filled with tears, but I couldn't show them that situation. And that day, yeah, so that was the embarrassing moment that was disappointing for me. And I decided that I cannot quit because I have to support my family. So
Mm.
yeah, from that day, I started working on English.
Wow. Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
goes through this, and it becomes really tough for us, which we cannot show to the other people what we are going through, and happened with me too a lot. I shared my
Yeah.
journey of the relation with the language in a 1 hour long video. I think
Right.
I uploaded day before yesterday. So
Oh,
yeah,
wow. I mean,
but from there, our
yeah.
journey actually starts, that motivates us. At the same time,
Right.
when there is a pressure of like, okay, what else? Without this, we cannot do better in life, career wise. So, and even
True.
it helps us in networking too. So we are able to communicate well, connect with people well. So yeah. Okay, so
Yeah, exactly.
let's wind the session up
Yeah.
right here. And I would say it was really an insightful, soothing conversation. I would say you made my evening. Thank you
Right.
so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, of course. It was really privileged talking to you, ma'am. And thank you so much for having me on your channel. It was really
It's
a
my
great
pleasure.
thing.
And we'll
Yeah.
meet soon for our next session.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you
Yes,
so
for sure.
much.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
Have a great
Thank you
evening
so much.
ahead. Yeah,
You too. You too. Bye.
yeah. Bye bye.